All right, Rob, let's transition to also a couple of young players, but right now they're playing ball, not holding out. And that would be LaMelo Ball, who was fantastic last night.
That was a big win for them.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thought Lonzo was going to be sensational, second draft pick. Magic Johnson's going to break all my records, blah, blah, blah. LaAngelo, who was some high-scoring machine in high school. Now, obviously, nobody thought he'd be that great or even make the NBA, but he is, on a roster now. But the guy, the youngest, and I'll give it to, first of all, you got to give it to LeVar. And I know, look, he's a controversial figure, but that dude's got three kids, all three of his sons in the NBA. I mean, that's incredible. You do have to take your hat off to him for that. And, Rob, he always said the best one was going to be the youngest, LaMelo.
It's funny because I went to see him play in like a playoff game or something, Chris.
In high school?
Yep. I went to the game with my cousin Mike, and we went to go watch, and I thought he was just a chucker. I saw this guy.
Well, the way they play, didn't he cherry pick?
Yep. He cherry picked. He shot as soon as he got the ball, he turned and shot the ball to the rim. Half court, three quarters court, whatever.
Yep.
It was just.
Yep.
And I looked and I was like, wow, like undisciplined, like just like reckless. I was like, I can't believe this is a high school team. Like a coach would allow that to go on. Do you know what I mean? Like
the way they played was ridiculous.
It was terrible.
Like they sat at half court, and waited. They didn't defend, right?
Nope. Nothing else. Nope.
Yeah, and so, but this dude, Rob, he is legit. I mean, he is a real baller. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And last night, he had a great year last year as Rookie of the Year. And then last night, season opener, Rob, 31 points, hit 7 of 9 threes, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and led a come-from-behind victory over the Indiana Pacers.
Who scored? They were down until the
last. They
were
down, yeah. And he got hot, and
I don't know who scored the game winner, but they were down with
P.J. Washington, I believe it was, hit 2 free throws.
Oh, that was the way it ended. 2 free throws
that took him. And then Domantas Sabonis missed the game winner, potential game winner for Indiana. Sabonis had a great game too. But then Ja Morant, who also is terrific, had a great game in his opener for Memphis.
Great playoff run last year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's winning. He's one of the young kids that without a lot around him, no big names around him, he led Memphis to the playoffs last year. And 37 points in his opener, 6 boards, 6 assists, 2 blocks, spectacular plays. He's a high riser, block shots, dunks, the whole 9. And they both said they're old school. In interviews with The Athletic, here's what they said. I'm going to read it. LaMelo says this: I feel like I still kind of got that mentality that they had back in the day. Even with the switching teams and stuff, they never used to do that. You go to one team, you stay there. You're supposed to just go to a team and build from there. I feel like that's how it should be, especially when you're like a high pick too. Most likely going to a team that wasn't as good. So you try to make them better. Yep. I like that. I feel like that's the whole process right there. Ja Morant, similar, Rob. He says this: me, I'm not a big fan on the leaving. As long as I'm here, I'm here. That's my focus. Regardless, I'm going to take the best of any situation, continue to just go out with my teammates, win games, play in front of our fans, and do whatever I can to continue to bring love. All right, let me say this, Rob. First of all, that I love that attitude. We've talked about it on this show before. Allen Iverson had that attitude. Russell Westbrook had an attitude. Now, they were later traded by their own teams, but they wanted to stay and win. Damian Lillard has that attitude. He's saying now, Rob, like all the summer where it was like, is he going to leave? He's saying now, I'm here. I'm here. It might be tested because they lost last night to Sacramento, but right now he's saying, even if it starts ugly, I'm here. I'm staying. This is my team, my town. All right. Here's what I'd say, Rob, and then I want your viewpoint. While I applaud their attitude, there have been players who felt that way before and changed their mind. LeBron James. Remember I said last week, I did a story on ESPN the magazine years ago with LeBron. I think it was 2006.
Right.
And he said it was a first person. Like I wrote it in his voice, and I just took his quotes. And one of the quotes was, "I'm not going to chase rings." And he was saying, "I'm not leaving just to chase rings." LeBron knew he was going to win rings in Cleveland. He could have had me as a teammate and thought he was going to win rings. And the pressure got so big, so hot. He's compared to Jordan. He's supposed to be Michael. And now he's going out to losing to Boston in the playoffs, losing to Orlando in the playoffs with these great regular season teams, and they fall in the playoffs. It got so hot and heavy that he ended up going to Miami, and we all know what happened from there. Kevin Durant was critical of guys doing that. And then it gets so hot and heavy. He's got to get a ring. Is he really that good? He even does LeBron one better and goes to freaking Golden State, which had already won a championship.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is those perspectives, when you're young, you think you're invincible. I'm going to win rings. I know that. And then if it doesn't happen, you may change your mind. Secondly, Rob, and I'll be quick because I know you got a lot to say. LeBron and KD were at such a high level that they had to win rings. They had to. LeBron's being compared to Jordan. Durant, not quite that high, but obviously an all-time great that we expect to win championships. Patrick Ewing was in that boat, never won it. Barkley. There's a handful of players each generation, and I mean only a handful, that gotta win rings. And that gotta is strong because Barkley and Ewing.
I know what you mean, right?
You know
right,
what I'm saying? But we still talk about that. Best players never to win one, right?
And they both had chances. They were in the finals.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't like they never got to the finals or never played for it. They were in the mix. Right.
Karl Malone, same thing. Like, you gotta win a ring. James Harden's in that boat. LaMelo and Ja, as great as they are, Rob, and they're going to be all-stars and maybe perennial all-stars and all that. Chances are they'll never get to that level where it's like, yeah, but he ain't got a ring. Like Damian Lillard, sure. It'd be great for him to get a ring. It would enhance his legacy and all that, move him even up in the rankings, that the mythical or unofficial rankings we all do. But nobody's going to kill Damian Lillard because he didn't win a championship. It's just not going to happen because there are levels to this. And I would say, Rob, LaMelo and Ja probably, because very few normal-sized guards, and LaMelo is a big guard, but still, they rarely get to that level where it's like, yeah, but does he have a ring? Chris Paul, yeah, okay, he doesn't have a ring. But again, nobody's killing him for it. Jason Kidd, nobody's killing him for not having a ring. Because only 2 point guards.
Jason Kidd won a
ring.
ring.
Yeah, with that. But yeah, he was
at the end.
Yeah, he wasn't in his prime. But you're right. Gary Payton, same thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like only 2 guards, Rob, average size guards have led teams to championships. Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry. That's it. And so that's my take on it. Where you at on this?
I'm just gonna say it's refreshing that those young guys just have, because they're heroes and guys that they grew up admiring and wanting to be like are the guys that we're talking about. LeBron James, not Michael Jordan. These guys are too young. It's about LeBron James. So they didn't look at
and Kevin Durant.
Right, and Durant. Right. Those guys are they're the people they look up to. And they didn't go like, oh, no, I want to be LeBron. I'm going to go wherever it is. I'm going to try to win championships. Forget about the team. It's all about winning championships and being that part. And instead, they sound old school. And I don't know if, seeing Giannis win in Milwaukee, Chris, where Giannis was like, he was criticized for not signing. I remember all the angry fans. Oh, he's so dumb. He'll never win in Milwaukee. He just signed his death certificate. Why would he do that? He could have gone and played with Miami and won, and he won. And he won. So
and
if you're the NBA,
win more, Rob, and you know this, if he does turn this into a mini dynasty,
if they win a couple,
my,
right?
Oh my.
No, that would say a
that's
lot.
going to show in his rankings all time.
No doubt, because that was huge. But I just love the idea that these young guys aren't like, I'm about me and I'm going to do whatever I got to do to win, and I don't care what else is going on. I love what they've said. If you're the NBA, you got to be happy.
Well, let's see if it holds up, because like we said, guys have changed their minds.